Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode here at the Debate Circle. We are in the senior semi-final category in the coastal region, and we cannot wait to count the teams that will be taking the championship home. Joining us today, we have Matuga Girls High School versus Wa Boys High School. Their motion of dissection reads, the Kenyan education system should prioritize teaching monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. I'll read the motion of dissection again. The Kenyan education systems should prioritize teaching monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. All the best to both teams. Team proposition first speaker, you have 3 minutes.
I stand before you as an expert in debating. Not that I am perfect, but because I spend multiple hours debating with my friends on the best mocha bases we have in town. I'm Samia Hadia from Matuga Girls, proposing the motion that says, Kenyan education system should prioritize teaching monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. What is an education system? Refers to the patterns of organizations of education provision approached usually at country level or education institution. Monetizable skills are abilities that individuals possess and can use to generate income. They include technical skills, creative skills, and marketing skills. Traditional education system refers to the education that is formally taught and systematically acquired within established institutions. Prioritizing monetizable skills will enable our young youth to acquire entrepreneurial opportunities. Look at us currently. In our schools, we are being taught biology, we are being taught physics. When I ask most of you, what do you want to become? What is your career path? Most of us will probably tell us, I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. It's on very rare cases that I hear people who want to become content creators, who want to become digital marketers. This is because we are lacking monetizable skills in our education system. Monetizable skills are going to enable our youth to acquire skills that will help them to be self-employed. Currently, you'll hear a person selling roasted maize on the road. And when you ask the person clearly, he'll tell them, I have a degree in medicine and surgery. And yet, he's the same person selling roasted maize in the streets. Why is this? Because they are claiming to be self-unemployed. They're lacking monetizable skills. Let us look at the German government. The German education system allows the students to have both practical skills and monetizable skills. This has helped about 60% of the young people in Germany to benefit. This is according to the German Federal Ministry of Education. We all like watching YouTube, right? Most of us will go to YouTube and listen to music. We listen to Akina Flacco, we listen to DJ Tenor. But if I ask you, have you seen about Daniel Zhang? Daniel Zhang is one of the people who have benefited from the German education system. He has been transforming the way of learning since 2011, posting maths explanations on YouTube, and makes approximately $921,000 US. He's applying both practical skills and monetizable skills to earn. Thank you.
Imagine a Kenyan student lost in the pages of timeless literature and history, seeking not just employment, but the essence of knowledge and wisdom. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 8. My people are dying because of lack of knowledge and understanding. How many are against the word of God? 1, 2, 3, 0. This pursuit of a deeper understanding raises a generation equipped to navigate the complexity of life with wisdom beyond employment opportunity. Our today's motion reads, the Kenyan education system should prioritize monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. Without wasting time, let's define the terms in the motion. Kenyan education system is the structure and curriculum of primary, secondary, and tertiary education in Kenya. While monetizable skills are practical skills that help you make money or get a job directly, where she talk of digital marketing, design, trade skills, financial management. On the other hand, academic knowledge is the information you learn in school subjects like math, science, literature. For instance, mathematics, natural science, literature, history, and philosophy. While monetizable skill might offer immediate employment, academic knowledge provides long-term career flexibility. For someone with a degree in economics has a wide range of a career option, from policy making to finance, that are not as narrow focused as technical skills. A report by the National Center of Education Statistics found that individuals with a broader academic background have more career mobility and job stability. I have a solution here. Why should we not go for balancing the approach? As she say about German, we can balance the approach. How do we balance this approach? By balanced approach, integrating both practical skills and traditional academic knowledge. A study by the National Association of Colleges and Employers found that 81% of employers look for both technical and critical thinking skills in potential hires. That is why we have our judges here. They can teach English. At the same time, they can judge debating. And at the same time, some of them write books, quoting direct from the book. Aspire to inspire before you expire. Some of them even do write plays. By fostering a balanced approach, we can indeed make the world a better place for you and for me. They are debating here. And the knowledge of debating, they got that knowledge from English. Why should we go for monetizable skill? Yet I've given you the solution of balancing the approach. In the song of Michael Jackson, ask us to heal the world, and we can heal the world by balancing this approach, by taking critical thinking and academic system of education. I rest my case. My name is Robert Mkala from Great Office.
Well, I know you're all wondering why I'm wearing an apron to the stage. And it's not because I've been baking cookies the whole night. No, that's because with me here, I have a recipe for their disaster, and I'm here to serve justice. Well, beginning, a recipe for their disaster. You're talking about how we should balance, right? You're forgetting that our traditional academic knowledge is quite inflexible. What do I mean? We have crowded schedules, whereby during the coronavirus period, we were literally struggling to fit a whole year's curriculum inside some few months so that we don't waste time. Now, you want us to balance and add monetizable skills into traditional knowledge. I'll ask you, where is the time? Okay, let's go to what you said, that English is helping me because I'm a debater. So why should we let it? And I'll tell you something. Yesterday, I was punished. Yes, I did run around the field 6 times because I was busy doing debate research and was unable to complete my English assignment. Because the teachers are struggling to balance co-curricular activities and teaching. And you want to include monetizable skills into this. It's not practical. I'm sorry. Now, let me serve justice. Maandamano, maandamano, maandamano. Our youth have made it very loud and clear in their protests that they lack employment. And that is quite true. That's why from the Pearl of Coast Region, Matuga Girls High School, my name is Coletta Kokonya. I stand here to propose the motion that states Kenyan educational system should prioritize teaching monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. Now, why should we prioritize teaching monetizable skills? Well, they promote employability, which will help us to achieve the SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth. Now, according to data by www.researchgrowth.com, unemployed people in Kenya, 30% are being the youth. 4.5 million men and women in Kenya are unemployed. Now, if we prioritize monetizable skills such as digital marketing and software development, these people can get jobs because these skills are in high market demand and they can even employ themselves. Let me grab your attention for a bit. Here I have an article. Daily Nation, dated Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, and it reads, social enterprises seek to address youth unemployment through digital inclusion. That's what it reads. Now, why should the social enterprises be the ones to promote digital inclusion when we have our educational system? And monetizable skills also have a competitive advantage in the market, whereby a study by economic planning showed that employers are more likely to employ people with practical skills that benefit the company directly than people with theoretical academic knowledge. I rest my case.
Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Repeat what exactly? Innovation block. You won't be able to make these innovations without traditional academic knowledge. My name is Abdul Chiti from the Great Wahai, and I strongly oppose this motion. I really appreciate the creativity of the argument of the second speaker, but let's dive back to reality for a moment. Prioritizing employment over knowledge and wisdom is akin to building a house without a foundation. Why do I say so? While jobs provide immediate shelter, it is the depth of understanding and the wisdom gained through education that fortifies our structures against the storms of uncertain future. Straight to my first argument, cultural preservation. Academic subjects like history and literature help preserve cultural heritage and national identity. Understanding one's history and cultural understanding is vital for fostering a sense of belonging and pride in one's country, which is essential. It's essential for national unity and progress, like in Kenya, where teaching local history and literature helps maintain cultural diversity and national identity. Secondly, critical thinking and analytical skills. Subjects like literature, history, philosophy helps develop critical thinking and analytical skills. For instance, texts like Mshtahiki Mea, The Samaritan, Betrayal in the City have inspired the Kenyan Gen Zs to take to the streets, demanding for accountability and transparency from the government. These literary works have sparked ongoing debates, demonstrations, highlighting the importance of academic subjects in fostering engaged and thoughtful citizens. These thoughtful citizens can engage in debates on global warming, can engage in talks on climate change, can engage in talks on traditional education systems. All this is through teaching people academic knowledge, because that's what helps us gain the critical thinking we desire to even debate. Third, research and innovation. Academic knowledge is the bedrock of research and innovation, like I said in my opening statement. For example, breakthroughs in medicine or technology often come from years of academic study and research. Back in the olden ages, they taught us academic knowledge. And it is only through this academic knowledge that scientists and people who made innovations made our world how it is today. It is only through academic knowledge that you learn how to make a computer. It is only through academic knowledge that you can gain the necessary skills to do IT and help program. According to the UNESCO, countries with strong academic research programs are often leaders of innovation and economic growth. Don't you want Kenya to be a leader in innovation growth too? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you thought that these young girls were so far ahead of us. they must have won the debate. But I think I just proved to you that we're so far ahead, our shadows are in second place. Thank you.
One thing, when you look at me right now, is clear, is that I'm extremely short. But one thing is certain about my ego, it's very, very tall. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. These were words by Albert Einstein. It seems that you don't understand our audience. Do you ever feel bored during a lesson? Have you ever felt confused? Do you ever feel tired of constantly reading and listening to lectures? We have only few practical activities in traditional academic knowledge. For example, in our classes, I've had a biology practical 1 or 3 or 4 times in a month. Practical experience. Technical institutions and colleges expose students to practical education. If I take a course such as bakery or IT, I can be exposed to many practical activities. These monetizable skills help us to remove the feeling of monotony in our learning. Sometimes we have little focus in what we do according to traditional academic knowledge, because sometimes the lectures are boring. We need something to spark up our day. And when you look at monetizable skills, there are so many different activities to do. And to me, if I do practical activities, they assist me to understand better. Let's look at teachers. Teachers get tired of teaching students who have no interest in the subject whatsoever. I learn geography. I hate geography. But my teacher is still struggling to teach me geography when I hate it. If I hate a subject, I will definitely not listen to the teacher. The teacher will feel worthless of trying to teach a student who doesn't understand. But when we look at monetizable skills, if I do a monetizable skill like fashion and design, I like fashion and design, and I'll have the passion to do the course. This means I'll be focused on my targets and strive to get a job on fashion design. Tangible contributions. Packaging is very important in marketing products. A person who uses traditional academic knowledge can create a product, yes. But if he didn't learn maybe art and design, the product will have no good packaging. This means the market of the product will be very low. But if I took a course on art design and I have the ability to make a product, if I use this art and design to make the product appealing to me, this will create market more. 81% of consumers have a new product packaging catch their eye. 30% of companies report a revenue which increases the importance of the product. I could go on and on about these facts, but it's true. You would rather buy a product that has good packaging rather than a product with poor packaging. With that, I rest my case.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in love with their voices because they sound angelic, but they miss the mark for the following reasons. Please, everyone, take your pen. Write something on a paper. Do you see that handwriting? You see that handwriting? Can a baker teach you to write that handwriting? No, he or she can't. Also, to respond the question, you are asking that, which subjects are efficient for you to become an engineer? Maybe I tell you, go back to your school and look the career compass. You will find that physics and mathematics are efficient subjects for you to be an engineer. According to my first conscious label of argument, well-rounded education. A broad education prepares students for a variety of careers and life situations. Focusing solely on monetizable skills might limit students' exposure to important knowledge areas, for example, knowledge of world history, and culture is crucial for anyone working in international business or diplomacy. You are skilled, okay, but you want to start your own business. You want to become self-employed, but you have to look for capital, isn't it? But you can't get an efficient and enough capital if you don't know to make a business plan. For those who take business, they know that. Also, moral and ethical development. Yes, your wealth, but your moral diseased. Students like subjects like literature, history, and philosophy help students ethical decision making. For instance, discussions about historical events like Rwandan generosity in history class and can teach students the importance of human and right ethical behaviors. Students who are in school, that the most, or those who acquire traditional academic, are the most smartest students, who are the ones on the streets right now protesting, criticizing the government for inhumanity that is doing. If they couldn't be smart enough, they couldn't do that. They are fighting for their rights and rights of the Kenyans, because they learned that in literature, your opinion matters. So they're raising their opinions. Why the government is doing this and why the government is not doing this, for pillars of humanity's sake. So ladies and gentlemen, I know it's hard for them to agree with us because they always don't agree with facts if the facts don't rely with what they believe. So I know it's hard, but it has been said that the hard way is the only way. So ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
You know, when you said that you like our lovely voices, I was quite happy. But then you went ahead to say that a baker can't teach you to write. My mom is a baker, and that really cut me deep. Because my mom has been the most supportive person in the world, and she's the one who taught me how to perfect on my handwriting. So, please, when it comes to sensible matters, don't discriminate people because of their job occupations. Kenyan educational system should prioritize monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge, because we are looking at what is the problem we are trying to solve here and which side is more advantageous. It's always a pleasure, Coletta Kokonyo.
Well. Here I am again to oppose this motion. A survey made by the American Management Association found that 75% of employers value these critical skills often cultivated through traditional education. Another thing, the third speaker came here and said she hates geography, but she wants to become a fashion designer. Isn't it through geography that you learn geometry skills? And isn't it these same geography skills that are required in fashion and designing classes? Yes, it is. How will you locate places to sell your fashionable clothes while you don't even know how to use a compass? Using a compass is taught in geography classes. Shock, right? Okay, you might say, I'll use Google Maps instead. Well, Google Maps was made, it's an innovation made through geography. To end my conscious labels of arguments, didn't your mom go to school and learn how to write from a teacher? Or did it just miraculously happen? I rest my case.
Oh my. Now this was a smoking debate. Let's go to the specifics. The Kenyan education system should prioritize teaching monetizable skills over traditional academic knowledge. All right. Samia, you gave us an anecdote on being a debater I was waiting for the relevance to the motion. I wish you said something like, during my free time on the holidays, I enjoy spending time with my dad in his bookshop, selling books and giving change. That will give you a score for style and presentation and mastery of topic. So be very keen on the starter and how you give it. You gave us some clear definition of terms, and you spoke about self-employment skills that monetizable skills give us. I wish you could have expounded that and give us examples of these skills and how important they are. You gave us the German education system as a global study. I wish you could have expounded more and given us more details on how it works, and then you link to Kenya. That bit could have given you a better score for mastery of topic. But generally, you have a very wonderful, perfect style and presentation, and your usage of rhetorical questions is spot on. I mean, I enjoyed it, so I wish us all the best. I'm learning also. Thank you. God bless.